So the national media looked at this Chiefs offense and called it questionable. And we're going to tell you why they're completely wrong. Let's How are we doing, Chiefs Kingdom? What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hit that like button while you're rolling in here. Help your boys out. Tonight's live stream is sponsored by Prize Picks. We'll have more on them here in just a little while. But, Mike, we wanted to talk about this Chiefs offense because I think there's a lot of people that are afraid that even though they went and got Kenneth Walker III, even though Eric Bieniemy's back, that Andy still won't run the football.
Exactly. I think that is a fear that a lot of Chiefs Kingdom has had. Probably all the way back since the beginning of free agency, when we were all talking about who will the Chiefs sign? Will the Chiefs draft Jeremiah Love? There was always a caveat put to that, right? It was like, well, it doesn't matter who we sign. It doesn't matter who we draft. Andy Reid will not run the ball. And we've kind of alluded to this over the past few weeks. But tonight we dug in a little bit and we went through and looked at Andy Reid's lead backs throughout history, how many carries they've had in a season, how many rushing yards, touchdowns, and what those offensive look like. And I think it eases a little bit of everybody's anxieties. I know that once I've done this research, Steve, it eased my anxiety a little bit. And I'm actually sold that I think Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy will run the ball this year in the offense with Kenneth Walker.
I think that the narrative shouldn't be Andy Reid hates to run the football. I think the narrative should kind of be Andy Reid likes to run the football efficiently, because when they don't do that, he will stray from it far, far away. So, I mean, if it's not working, he won't do it. But I'm with you, man. I think after I looked at some of the statistics and everything, I think I'm right there with you.
Yeah, there's a lot here to unpack tonight, so this is going to be a very action-filled, statistical breakdown of certain things. And don't look at this as like, hey, we're lecturing you, we're trying to give you homework. Like, we're honestly just trying to find research that a lot of people don't have time to go do and try to validate the fact that I do believe Andy and Eric Bieniemy are going to use Kenneth Walker, and this offense is going to look really good.
At the same time, I think it's completely valid to be skeptical that Andy Reid will run the football.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just flat out valid. So, I mean, if that's what you think, then I don't blame you one bit. But yeah, man, that's kind of how I feel about it. So what are you thinking?
Yeah. So if we go back, let's just start back with his time in Philly. Okay. So Andy Reid coached from 1999 to 2012. He was in Philly for a long time, no doubt. His lead back from 1999 to 2002 was Deuce Staley. We all remember Deuce Staley. Deuce Staley, pretty good. Pro Bowl running back.
Staley.
He had 2 years over 1,000 yards out of those 5. So in 1999, Andy's first year, he had 325 carries for 1,273 yards and 4 touchdowns. That was a league high 325 carries for Deuce Staley. So Andy Reid's first year in the NFL, his starting running back led the league in carries. That right there is something I would have never guessed, right?
Yeah. I mean, it went on to do the same thing with Brian Westbrook. You could look at him in 2006, 2007. He broke over 1,000 yards in both seasons, Mike. In 2007, he had 90 receptions, 90 freaking catches by a running back, bro, for 771 yards. He had a total of 2,104 yards from scrimmage, 12 total touchdowns, first team All-Pro. That was 2007. So, I mean, Andy has showed, even to the point where before he came to the Chiefs, if he has a running back that's putting up, he'll give him the football.
Right. And so out of those amount of years from 1999 to 2012, we'll just call that 13 years, Andy had a 200-plus carry running back, which is pretty solid. And I think you can even go higher. You could say 250-plus for at least 5 or 6 of those seasons, and he went over 200-plus in 8 of those seasons in Philly. So, yes, in Philly, he did have some good running backs. He had Deuce Staley. He had Brian Westbrook up to 2008. Then in 2009, he had Shady McCoy for 4 years. So he had some really good running backs. And Shady McCoy in 2010, 2011 had some monstrous seasons. A first 1,000-yard season for him. He got the Pro Bowl that year. And then 2011 followed up with 273 carries for 1,300 yards, 17 touchdowns, led the NFL in rushing touchdowns, and he was a first-team All-Pro. So some of the only seasons where those starters didn't get their carries was Westbrook in 2008. He had a lot of ankle and knee injuries, missed a lot of games, still got 233 carries. Shady McCoy in 2012 only played in 12 games due to an injury. And then I'm pretty sure it was Deuce Staley had a Liz Frank injury. Yeah, in 2000, he had a Liz Frank injury, missed a lot of the season after week 6, so that was his lowest total. And then in 2001, he come back and had a shoulder injury, missed 3 games that year, and still got 166 carries. So even in Philly, Andy Reid ran the ball.
Yeah, 3 times in Philly. 3 different times. His running back was the centerpiece of the offense.
Absolutely.
3 separate times. So then, well, let's bring it over to the Kansas City Chiefs, baby. 2013, he came over, and you know who our running back was then, baby. Jamal Charles, baby. Let's go, JC. But yeah, 2013, this is probably the strongest argument for Andy will run the football. Because when he had Jamal Charles in 2013, he had 1,287 rushing yards, 70 receptions, 693 receiving yards, almost 2,000 yards from scrimmage, and 19 total touchdowns, led the entire NFL, and, of course, first-team All-Pro. And if you remember right, Andy inherited a 2-14 Chiefs team.
Yes.
That's what he
just
was,
a bad football
that's
team.
what he came in with, was a 2-14 team. In his first season, he immediately turned Jamal Charles into arguably the most dangerous offensive weapon in football. Like, Jamal Charles went off that year. So, and then it kept going. He also had him in 2014, and Jamal Charles still ran for over 1,000 yards, 40 receptions, 14 total touchdowns, Pro Bowl season. So, right off the rip, dude, his first 2 seasons, Jamal Charles was the centerpiece of the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. 2013, 2014, Jamal Charles, he was good, okay? He became the franchise all-time rushing leader in his final year with Andy in 2014. 206 carries. 2013, he had 259 carries. So both years with Jamal Charles, he eclipsed 200 carries. Again, that doesn't include, that's just his starting running back, which means there was more people got carries.
Right.
So a lot of good ones. In 2015, we went to Charkandrick West, okay? Jamal Charles was supposed to be the starter there. He tore his ACL in week 5. Yep. Right. So that season really didn't count. I don't like to do that. I do believe he had about 70 some carries in 4 weeks, I believe, before the injury. But Charkandrick West took over as a starter. Charkandrick West, not a household name, not a great running back, and he's still given 160 carries. Okay. Go to 2016. Another guy that was just kind of a flash in the pan, had 1 season, Spencer Ware out of LSU. 214 carries. He was only 79 yards away from breaking 1,000 yards in this offense.
That's crazy, dude. I remember all that, too.
Right, and Spencer Ware only got to play 14 games that year because Jamal Charles come back and played 3 games. So he, in not very many games, he didn't get a full season here, and he almost got 921 yards, 79 yards away from having a 1,000-yard season, still logged 214 snaps. So pretty good. And then we all remember 2017. That was Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt come in, rookie year, 272 carries for a rookie, 1,327 yards, 11 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt, as a rookie, won the NFL rushing title, the 6th rookie ever to lead the league in rushing. He was a first-team All-Pro. That is insane, okay? Like, that proves to me right there that Andy relied on a rookie running back because he knew he could carry the ball, he was good, he trusted him, and he wanted to run the game. He wanted to run the ball. 272 carries for a rookie?
Random side note, but can you believe Alvin Kamara won Rookie of the Year that season over Kareem Hunt?
Kind of wild because Kareem Hunt had a monstrous NFL rookie season.
It had to be like total yards and stuff like that. It had to be.
Had to be. But 2017 is the ultimate. For me, going through this, 2017 is the ultimate year that shows you what a good running back and a running back that Andy Reid trusts will do for an Andy Reid offense and a Chiefs football team.
Yeah. So, I mean, people are always going to act like Andy doesn't like to run the football. And I used to be one of those people. And we said it 1,000 times on the show, just run the football 20 times in a game, Andy. You have Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes is on this team, we run the ball 20 times with your running back, we're probably going to win the game. Like, that's like statistically true, like 98%. But I think what's more true is that Andy does not force the run. Because if he has a special running back, he'll build a whole offense around him. If he has an Isaiah Pacheco he won't hand him the football. So no, that's not shade at Pacheco either. I mean, it's a 7th-round draft pick. He overperformed. But it just goes to show you. But now, Kansas City adds Kenneth Walker, and they bring back Eric Bieniemy. So he was a running back coach by trade, right? He was a running back. And suddenly, everyone's shocked that we're even talking about a bigger run game for the Chiefs outside of Chiefs Kingdom. Because most people already think, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, like, who cares about your running back? Well, that's what we've been missing. That's been the missing ingredient to the sauce for a couple years now. And not only with carries, but also in the pass game. Me and Pops were watching a game earlier. I think it was the Bills' 13-second game. And they dumped off a couple passes to Jerick McKinnon and got 30, 35 yards out of him like nothing. And it's like, we've been missing that. We've seen nothing like that in years. And I think it's just part of the whole conversation. We'll get more into how the Chiefs are going to perform this season and how much they'll run the ball this season now that Bieniemy's back and we got Kenneth Walker. We also have DeMarco Murray in there as running backs coach, so a lot different landscape there. But we'll get to that in a minute, guys. But real quick, before the freaking stream even started, we got Pops in the house.
There we go.
10 gifted memberships.
Let's go,
baby.
That's
So I
a way to
got
start
one of those. Thank the old man in the
evening.
chat. We got Tony Bone with the 5 bombs. So what's up, Mike and Steve? Showing love. ACU for life. Appreciate you,
What's up, Tony?
Good to see you here, brother. Thanks for the support. Pop's also been a member for 32 months. Is just thinking 1 month we'll be saying training camp starts next week. That's freaking crazy. Hopefully it comes sooner than later because there's not going to be a whole lot to talk about until training camp. We got our boy Greg in the house, been a member for 24 months. This is Mike and Steve for the Hall of Fame, baby. Thoughts on Debo rumors. Before I get to those Debo rumors, Greg, I missed a 5 bomb from you in the members only stream. And I felt terrible about it.
Yeah, he's a slap nut.
If I remember what you said, I would answer you now. But either way, man, I just wanted to let you know I did see that at the end, and I appreciate the support, brother. But Debo rumors, I just read briefly about that today. I didn't really dig into it. I didn't know where the rumors come from. I just saw there was rumors about Debo Samuels to the Chiefs. What do you think about that whole thing, Mike? Is it from a valid source, or is it just something getting thrown out there?
It was just somebody saying that the Chiefs should do it. It would make sense. Here's where I stand on that issue. Debo, I don't know. I'm sure he's got some left in the tank. I do remember there were rumors last year, the year before, he was getting a little out of shape, looked too big, couldn't do this, couldn't do that. He's been okay, but he has been declining. I think he's a poor man's Rashee Rice at this point, in my opinion. I think Rashee Rice and him offer the same amounts of things, like what you would do with him, get him the ball, let him eat up yak after, become the running back in space. If you thought Rashee Rice is going to get suspended, which the NFL said they're going to review this, and from everything I'm hearing, they're saying that the league is not going to hand down Rashee Rice any more suspensions off this because he's basically was just serving something from the first one. So I don't think there's any right now. I don't think there's any credible sources saying that Rashee Rice is going to be gone for any extended period of time. So I don't think this signing would make any sense for me for Debo. I don't think you want those two on the field at the same time. I think they offer too much together. But I've also seen weirder things, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those things. If they get closer to the season and they want an experienced wide receiver in that room, kind of like Juju had been for last season,
right?
A couple seasons ago, and you can get them for cheap, then maybe it's not going to hurt you to have Debo Samuel on your team. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see if that comes up. I mean, there were lots of other rumors too. I even did a short about it. And when I say there's rumors or this has been linked to the Chiefs, it's not necessarily from a credible source or from inside information. It could just be stuff that we saw you guys talking about in the chat where everybody's like, hey, let's go trade for Marvin Harrison Jr. Even though that might seem outrageous to somebody, it's still a thought that you guys have had and we have read it. And Brian Thomas Jr. and Xavier Legette, which, Mike, you brought that up before that became a popular thing.
All three of those have been linked at some point. Last Word on Sports actually linked Marvin Harrison Jr. a few weeks ago. Brian Thomas Jr. had been spoken all before the draft. He's been spoken at afterwards. Now, I do think that Jacksonville has kind of nipped that in the bud a little bit. Xavier Legette has become a rumor suddenly, but we even seen Mark Gunnels talking about that over on, I believe, Arrowhead Addict, Arrowhead Pride, one of those two. So it is a rumor mill moving, and people just crazy this time of year. Like, nobody said we signed these guys. Nobody said we should sign these. These are just thoughts and opinions, and it's something to have a little football conversation. Yeah. But do not have football conversation, especially from a Chiefs podcast. Do not speak about football. It's wild.
Actually, probably about a month ago, I was hanging out with Pops, and he was like, I think we ought to look into trading to get Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, I've heard that plenty of times.
And he said that, and he meant it. And I was like, and you know what I said? I was like, I'd rather have Trey McBride. And he was like, they're not going to trade Trey McBride.
I think it's too early for them to give up on Marvin Harrison Jr. as well. And I do think you would have to give up a lot of draft capital. I think the most one out of those three that makes sense, less draft capital, he's more of a Brett Veach special, would be Xavier Legette. And again, does he really offer that much to what we have right now? Maybe not.
Maybe not. Todd, the Chiefs fan with the 10 bomb, says if defenses just have to respect the run, the offense has a chance to open up. And that's exactly right. I think the last couple of years, and dude, me and Pops also rewatched the Super Bowl against the Eagles where the Chiefs got blown out. And we were talking about it, we're like, we haven't watched that since then, because why would you put yourself through the trauma? You know what I'm saying?
You did it today? You've done that?
We did it. We watched it. We did
God,
it today.
what's wrong with you? Were you bored?
We watched it. And so a couple thoughts on that real quick. First of all, I brought this up because it totally fits what Todd's saying. They had no respect for a run game in that game.
From what I remember, they didn't.
They knew Andy wasn't going to run the ball. Those 4 defensive linemen pinned their ears back on every play with reckless abandon. Okay, and Andy refusing to run the football set up what happened in that game. However, if you go back and you actually watch the game, and it's not that first time where you're just like traumatized, like, man, this is how this is going to go.
You're in disbelief.
I'll tell you this. You know, you see the score at the end, it was like, what, 40 to...
Yeah, the Chiefs put 20, up some crap points there at the end.
20 or something. Yeah. Well, you go back and you watch the game, and you realize defense was playing well.
Yeah.
With 7 or 8 minutes left in the first half, they were only up 7-0.
Yeah, and it feels as though they just blew us out like the entire game.
And then the Eagles kicked a field goal, put it 10-0.
Yeah.
Then Patrick Mahomes threw a pick six
inside.
And then the very next offensive play, he threw an interception on the 10-yard line to Zach Bond.
Right.
So they had a 14-point swing in less than 60 seconds. And it took it from 10-0 to 24-0.
Right. It turned a 2-score game into a 3-score, maybe
right
more.
There, that effectively squashed it. And if you watch the rest of the game, they did not care about a run game. And that made Patrick Mahomes throw interceptions because they had way too much pressure on him. Got a little bit of happy feet.
Started to force. He was forcing.
Trying to force stuff.
Yeah.
And then you go back, you watch the second half, and the Chiefs did end up scoring a little bit. Xavier Worthy actually played pretty well in the second half.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes threw some dimes in the second half. But it was too late. It was just too late. But, you know, and then, like, even the points the Eagles scored in the second half were, like, uncharacteristic of them. Like, it was like Jalen Hurts throwing a 50-yard dime. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't happen. He's a running back. But, no.
He always does well against us in the Super Bowl,
It's
though.
weird.
Two games.
Going back and watching it again made me realize that if it wasn't for those 2 interceptions, that game could have been completely different.
Yeah.
The Chiefs could have won the game.
They could have come back in the second half for sure.
It was pretty wild. But anyway, I just wanted to use that for an example because it's exactly what Todd's saying. They just have to respect the run. They can't sell out.
Yeah, 100%. What Todd says, I don't know if you've got any more after this one, but Todd has actually set up like a very good point that I really wanted to get to.
I got Trucker Chief with the 5 bomb. Okay. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the support. But Mike, go on.
Yeah, so Todd says, look, it opens up everything. So I alluded to 2017 Chiefs, and I think that is where we could look at this year. Okay, that was the last year of Alex Smith. Okay. And I don't want to dog Alex Smith. Love Alex Smith. But let's be honest. In the NFL, Alex Smith was a slightly better than average quarterback. Am I right? I just don't know if you can give him much more than that.
I think he was good.
He's good. Okay. He's not Patrick Mahomes.
He was really good.
Not even close.
Great. Not great. Yeah.
Okay. But in 2017, when the Chiefs committed to that run game with Kareem Hunt, 272 carries, won the rushing title, 1,300 yards, 11 tutties. That's not even counting what they used in the passing game. So listen to what the Chiefs offense did. And Todd hit the nail on the head. It opens everything up. The Chiefs not only had their last 1,000-yard rusher in Kareem Hunt in 2017, but the entire Chiefs offense ranked 6th in the NFL in points scored. They scored 415 points, had 26 points average per game. Alex Smith, again, a good quarterback, not great, finished 2017 with a league-leading 104.7 passer rating.
He went off. He went off.
4,042 passing yards.
Do you have this stat? He had the most 25+ yard throws that season too. Like he was throwing deep.
Which means that run game, they had to respect it, and it opened up the back end. Here's one more thing, and this has only been done in NFL history 5 times. And I believe the way the Chiefs are set up this year, if Patrick Mahomes comes back healthy, if Kelsey finds that fountain of youth, and if Rashee Rice, and these are a lot of ifs, don't get me wrong, if Rashee Rice stays healthy, keeps his head in the game, doesn't get in trouble, and just focuses, the Chiefs could be, this year's offense could be the 6th team in NFL history to do this. Because, don't get me wrong, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt, and Alex Smith did it the last time, and only 5 teams in NFL history did this. 1,000-yard running back, 1,000-yard wide receiver in Tyreek, 1,000-yard tight end in Kelce. Only 5 teams could ever do that, and it's all there because of the Kareem Hunt run the ball threat. And so that was the perfect segue that Todd set up. Yes, a good running game will open up this entire offense. And Patrick Mahomes is more dangerous than Alex Smith. Okay. Now, Tyreek Hill's not to be messed with, but I do believe the way they use Rashee Rice showed back before he got the ACL injury within 3 or 4 games, he was a top 3 to 4 wide receiver in the league. I think he actually led the NFL in every major category.
That, and I fully expect Xavier Worthy to have a big year this year.
I think this is going to be a big year for Xavier Worthy to step up. I really do. So. I think that his rookie year, he looked really good. He went backwards last year a little bit, but I think it was all that injury. But he played through it. You got to give the dude credit. He's been tough. I think this year, Xavier Worthy turns it on.
I think so, too. Now, I did see in the chat, if I could find it, I'd click it, but someone said that, here it is, John Missouri. He said, we need a reliable wide receiver until our 3 wide receivers prove themselves, LOL. So, you're not wrong about that. And I saw someone else in the chat bring up Stephon Diggs. Mike, I don't know why, but I still feel like that's a possibility. Like the fact that Diggs is still there, and all of his off-field issues are kind of getting squashed. Diggs had a great season last year.
Hasn't the NFL weighed in and said they're not going to suspend him?
So I mean, it's weird that he's still hanging out, right? And I'm with John. I think the Chiefs could use an experienced wide receiver, somebody to come in and kind of be that backbone in that room, much like Juju was. I mean, Juju didn't go crazy and perform wildly or anything, but I think Juju did veteran things, and I think he was a good leader in the locker room for the wide receivers. Same with DeAndre Hopkins. I think that's why we saw such a good rookie season out of Xavier Worthy, because he it was well documented that he came in, took him under his wing, and was helping him.
Yeah.
And I think that Stephon Diggs, while I don't trust that he would come in here and take some rookies under his wing and help them out and everything. I don't get that vibe from Stephon Diggs. But he's going to give you somewhat of a security blanket, because Diggs is a good receiver. Very good receiver.
I don't think Diggs comes in, though, and just neglects that responsibility.
No, I don't think he would. I don't think that he would come in, especially after everything he's just been through, and be a problem.
No, because it seems as though everybody's...
If they completely ignore him and pull a D-hop and they're like, go run some decoys, then he might say something.
But it seems as though Diggs still wants to play, and he's probably taking it as a slight that nobody's giving him any... Even the Patriots have come out and said they're not interested in bringing him back. That's weird, too.
Strange.
He was Drake May's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can still perform. I think that Brett Veach is holding out to the last possible second, and I'm pretty sure Brett Veach has got tons of inside sources. If you think Ian Rappaport's got inside sources,
right.
Brett Veach has got 5 times that amount. So I think they know that there's not a lot of heat right now with Stephon Diggs. Now, I could be wrong, but I think that maybe they know that, and they're like, look, if we hold this out one more week, he may come down to a more reasonable number. He may go off more incentives rather than an upfront number. I'm with you, they still could be seriously looking at Stephon Diggs, but they got to make the numbers work. We don't have enough room right now. You're going to have to get somebody else to do something with the cap.
Right. Heike Mo, I'm glad you brought this up too. He said don't count Thornton out. I think he's going to gel with Pat. I think that he did gel with Pat early last season, and they abandoned it when Rashee Rice came back. Whether that was intentional or not, but they kind of went away from him. I was telling Pops earlier too. I think Thornton might have a good season too. If he gets out there and does what he was doing last year, and they continue to go to him, I think he could be a viable weapon for Patrick Mahomes. Pat trusted him. He threw him the ball. He threw up a lot of deep balls to him. So
Yeah.
I think that's something that could come about. And then, also I think we've talked about it, but I don't think it can be talked about enough. I think Chad O'Shea is going to be able to work with these receivers to make them better receivers than what they were under Connor Embry. Like, we had all that talent in the wide receiver room, and they had the least amount of separation in the entire freaking NFL. We had the fastest wide receiver room, but the least amount of separation.
Yeah.
Insanity. So I'm hoping that Chad O'Shea can come in and do what Chad O'Shea does and teach these guys the basics and using leverage and setting up these DBs, getting themselves open, dude.
Right.
And that should help a lot because, I mean, you got the speed that we have. If they can just create a little bit of separation and pack them the ball, these guys are all dangerous with the ball in their hands. Xavier Worthy can get to 0 to 60 in no time. You got Rashee Rice, like you said, total running back with the football in his hands. And then Tyquan Thornton could be your deep threat. I don't know, dude. I think it could be pretty fun to watch if they get everything squared away.
Well, you don't have to tell us about Tyquan Thornton and what we think he will do this year. I mean, I had a giant piece about Tyquan Thornton in our last video that we released on Tuesday. The Rashee Rice. Yes, there was a Rashee Rice segment at first, but there was a huge section about Tyquan Thornton.
Right.
A lot of research we did, a lot of things put forward for Tyquan Thornton. We think he is going to unlock a little bit this year, and that they are going to install some more Tyquan Thornton centric plays and packages. He may be more of a focal point, and I think he's been overlooked so far in this offense, and you guys agreed with me. You guys answered the poll, and it was an overwhelming win for Tyquan Thornton, saying he's the most overlooked guy right now.
Yeah, I think that.
So please go watch that
naturally,
if you haven't.
yeah.
Go watch that video and watch that segment. Put a lot of work into it, and it's pretty good information there with Tyquan Thornton.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, appreciate y'all being here tonight. Do us a favor. If you haven't hit the like button yet, do that. Let's see if we can get some more people in here for the back half of this live stream. That'd be awesome. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you should do that. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, so we need each and every one of you guys that watch to hit that subscribe button and help us out. Real quick, want to shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Mike, why don't we put some selections in, man?
Shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring today's episode. Let's make a little bit of an entry here. Let's do some World Cup action. I'm going to take Mexico attacker Julian Quiñones for more 0.5 first half shots. And I'm going to take Santiago Jimenez versus South Africa, 0.5 first half shots as well. Let's also take Czech attacker Patrick Schick at Korea with 0.5 first half shots. We're going to go more there as well. We're going to lock that in. Remember, you guys can follow along with us on Prize Pick at All Chiefed Up. Be sure to go to the link in the description and sign up using code HMA. Now back to the show.
That's right, baby. Get down in that description. Click the link to download Prize Picks and use code HMA when you're signing up. Czech attacker Patrick Schick. How do you say that 10 times fast?
Patrick Schick.
Patrick Schick.
Schick.
Czech attacker Patrick Schick.
Check it out. Check it out.
That was crazy, bro. Out here doing
Yeah,
some tongue
look, they want us
twisters.
to do some World Cup action. Look, we're not World Cup watchers, but that's what everybody's watching right now because football's dead. So now everybody's watching the World Cup, and it's in KC. That's kind of cool. It's fun to watch. I wouldn't necessarily listen to my picks. Let's just say it that way.
Hey, they might be good. You never know. Tony Bone with another 5 bombs says from other resources or sources, Armstrong has a good chance to make the team as a receiver. Mike, what do you think about old Armstrong there?
Yeah, Andrew Armstrong. I've heard the same reports. Is it Pete Sweeney who said that? Maybe. He said he looked good. Don't count it out on the back end. Here's what I think. The Chiefs probably take 6. It seems as though they're taking 6 and 7 wide receivers pretty religiously now every year, even though it used to be 5 with Andy. But I'm still slotting that 6th wide receiver. I still think that Armstrong is still behind Jacob DeJesus at this point. I still think that maybe if Caldwell comes out and shows something, he could be behind Caldwell because of the body type. We need that body type there to back up Tyquan Thornton. So there's a few there. I'm not for sure. I would say Armstrong's got a good chance to make it. Is he in the mix? Absolutely. He would be at the 6th. And again, you have to slide Nico Remigio out of there. And that's tough when Dave Tobe's here because Dave Tobe really likes Nico Remigio.
I know. I just don't. I said it last season, but I mean it more this season. I don't know if you can waste a roster spot in the wide receiver room for a returner when you got so many guys that can do the same job. And
I
speaking
agree.
of that,
Are we giving up on Remigio, though, in the offense being a weapon? Do you think the Chiefs allow him to do things in the
No.
offense? Because when he gets chances,
No.
he did produce a lot in the preseason and certain things.
yeah, when he first got there, but they've never. They're not gonna. It's not happening. It's not happening. Talking about returners, our girl Kathy in the house says guys' thoughts on Smith and how he'll work in. We're talking about the running backs earlier.
Yeah.
Man, it seemed like they had a lot of hope for Brashard Smith. Now, obviously, 7th round draft pick again, but I mean, we all had him graded at 4th or 5th round. Like, he wasn't bad. He was an ex-receiver, a first team All ACC wide receiver. Like, so, dual threat. Like, you can use him for a lot of different things. A little undersized as a running back, but we didn't really get to see him as much as we would have liked to last year, especially with Pacheco struggling as much as he did, Kareem Hunt being a little older. You kind of thought we'd see a little bit more Brashard Smith, and we thought, hey, the same way we talked about earlier, it was cool when we used to pass to our running backs, Damian Williams, even Charkandrick West, and of course Jerick McKinnon, who was phenomenal at that. But it was like maybe Smith could be that, fill that gap. No, they didn't do much of nothing with him. So how do you think they might get him in this year? Now you have to remember they went and drafted Emmett Johnson, who, I mean, outright I would say it's probably not a secret. He's probably a better all-around weapon than Brashard Smith.
Yeah,
so,
we've heard that Brashard Smith, Steve, he was too small last year. We heard it from Nagy. We even heard it from Brashard Smith. He had to attack this offseason. He had to get bigger. Right. He couldn't take the hits and the grind of having a full workload in the NFL. He had to get bigger. The Chiefs go out and they sign the Super Bowl MVP. They signed Amari DiMercado, who, by the way, is a great pass protector, and he can catch the ball, and he's got field vision. He's got 4.3 speed. He's good. I think people are overlooking DiMercado a lot. You draft Emmett Johnson, who, by all means, a lot of people said he could be the best back out of the entire draft. He's from Nebraska. He's from the Midwest. He's got a lot of built-in fans. A lot of Chiefs Kingdom was begging to draft this guy. Yeah. So now he comes in. So feasibly, you've got Brashard Smith all the way down at number 4. We then bring in Emmitt Smith Jr. Now, I don't know if he pushes them, but that's somebody there that's got a little bit of experience.
Is that his name?
I'm not for sure. I just referred to him as Emmitt Smith Jr. because that's who he is. The other one, Jaden Ott, he's another guy that played at Cal. He played at Cal with Fernando Mendoza. He played at Cal with, I think, Jacob DeJesus might have been there with him, if I'm not for sure. He may have been there with Nico. I don't even know. But either way, Jaden Ott is a guy who can catch the ball as well. So there's a lot of names there. And then you've got guys like Emmett Johnson now going to return kicks and different things. And it's like, where is Brashard Smith fitting in? And I think, we offended a lot of people when we said that Brashard Smith instantly went from being a big-time weapon that people thought could be there to now he's RB4 fighting for his life. That offended a lot of people, but I don't know how you see it any other way at this point until it's proven on the field that he did get better. Now, Steve, you mentioned the one guy that saves his ass, and that's Chad O'Shea. Because he's got that wide receiver ability, I believe that Chad O'Shea and the way he was able to work with all those receivers, right, you can make him a slot weapon in certain times. He worked with Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan, Deion Branch, Malcolm Mitchell. This dude has worked with tons and tons of players at New England. He worked with Brandon Cooks. He's worked with tons of guys. So if there's a guy that can fit that role, and maybe we can add that kink to the offense, maybe Chad O'Shea can find a way to use Brashard Smith, get him into that receiving role a little bit. Maybe he can save Brashard Smith's career in Kansas City, because otherwise it feels as though he's being pushed out on no fault of his own.
Right. Michael said, why isn't anyone talking about Amari DiMercado? Which Mike just hit on him a little bit.
I'm going to put together a nice little segment on a video coming up about him, because people have definitely forgotten DiMercado, Steve, and it's criminal.
Man, I think he's kind of a promising guy. I mean, he's a big home run hitter. Like, he's fast, and he does a lot of things. He's obviously infamous for dropping the ball before the goal line.
Who was it, the Titans maybe he was playing?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember, but that's what everybody knows him for. But, I mean, the kid can play, and he's got some actual NFL experience under his belt, so it's going to be a tough one for these rookies to crack. But Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the different position battles when camp actually does kick off here in another month.
I'm sure there's a lot of K-State people here in the chat. Did Mercado play at K-State? Because what I remember was he played at K-State.
Did he?
But I don't want to say it as a fact, but I thought he did. There's got to be some Kansas State Wildcats fans in the chat.
Oh, of course.
But I thought that's where he played college football, if I remember scouting him correctly. And he had decent field vision and speed, for sure.
Where did he play? Let's go look it up.
You said, he actually didn't even play in college.
Amari DiMercado.
Somebody in the chat's going to get it before you do.
I think you're really far off. I think he played at TCU.
Okay, that makes sense. Purple. It's purple.
Oh, you
That's
saw
what
purple.
in my head,
but hey,
it's the purple.
I will give you, without looking it up, put your hands up.
Okay.
Put your hands up. If you can name the college that he transferred from to TCU, I will give you every penny I make for the rest of my life.
Well, give me a hint. Is it a Division II school?
It's got to be. It's a junior college.
Okay, so where's it located? Can you at least give me the location?
I don't have a clue.
Don't have a clue. I'll say good night.
You're never going to get it. You're never
What's it start with? Give me the letter.
An S.
An S. Saskatchewan State.
Hey, Saddleback College, baby.
Saddleback?
Saddleback College. He rushed for 1,026 yards, 15 touchdowns, 54 receptions for 500 yards, and he was a junior college All-American, and then transferred to TCU.
Where the heck's Saddleback at?
I don't know.
I also instantly think of Jim Carrey saying saddlebags. Do you remember that? That's what I thought you said.
Hey, where's Saddleback College at? Let's figure that out. That's a mystery.
I'm going to say Texas. It's a big enough place that a place named Saddleback could be shoved in
Saddleback
there.
College is located in the city of Mission Viejo in Southern California's Orange County.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So he may have grew up playing around the Nico Remigijos and all them, because I think he come from Southern Cal.
Yeah, so he was about an hour south of L.A. That's where he was playing college, in junior college.
Mission Viejo.
Pretty wild, man.
I like it.
Wild.
Hey, we're learning a little bit tonight, man. Just watch All Chiefed Up. You'll learn just a little bit.
We got our boy Fred in the house. What's up, Fred? He says Pat got to hit these receivers in stride and not miss them. That's true, too. Pat struggled with some accuracy the last couple of years, but I think it was because bad routes. I think it could be a lot of different things. No separation, just a lot. Like, had to aim too much. Couldn't just sling the ball. Even like when I was talking about watching that terrible, terrible Super Bowl performance, Pat threw some dimes in the second half. Like, I mean, spot one was 65 yards at least in the air. Perfect dime to Xavier Worthy.
Was that the TD?
Yeah, Pat still got it. He's still got it, but he's got to play. He's got to get outside of his head. And I think lately, just as bad as his offense has ran, I think Pat's been in his head. He's trying to do too much. He's trying to force. He's trying to aim the ball.
He's like, aiming, not throwing.
You've got to just relax and just do what you do, brother. And I think you're right about that, Fred. And that'll go a long way too. But guess what? If you run the football and you take pressure off everybody and you open the offense up, things get a lot easier for everyone, including Pat. So I'm excited to see how they go about attacking. I mean, that's the most common sense thing ever. Every slapnut that has a podcast YouTube channel, every slapnut that watches these podcasts and YouTube channels knows you have to be able to run the football or your offense is going to suck. It's going to be one-dimensional. It's going to be nearly impossible to be successful. So to think that Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy and all them don't know that is crazy. Like,
right.
They know what they need to get done. But I want to see how they go about doing it. Mike, we got a 5-bomb from Todd. So I thought Emmett Johnson had the best film. So I had Emmett Johnson as my number 3 running back at the very beginning of the process. And I think I let his combine get to me a little too much. He didn't have the greatest combine, and I dropped him down to like 5. And I probably should have kept him where he was at, because off pure tape, I had him at 3. I had Jeremiah Love, I had Jadarian Price, and I had Emmett Johnson. And I think I ended up, because I got too horned up, Mike, about the combine. I moved Mike Washington up because he ran a million miles an hour and was just a crazy athlete. I liked him. I liked his tape too. But I put him up above Emmett Johnson, and then there's one other one too. I think the guy from Washington, maybe. I don't remember his name.
Oh, Jonah Coleman.
Yeah.
Well, you also had Jadarian Price.
Yeah, I had him at 2, and I had Emmett Johnson at 3, and then I had Jonah Coleman. I flip-flopped those two, and I ended up putting Mike Washington Jr. at 4. And I should have done it. But
it's polarizing. I thought his film was polarizing, in my opinion. When you watch it on the surface, he looked good.
Deny the production.
Right. You can't deny the production, and he looked good. But what I kept finding a lot was that he went down a lot on first contact. He didn't have tons and tons of breakaway speed. And then that was proven at the combine when he didn't run well. And so to me, I want to focus more on negatives than positives because I want to roll out my negatives over the positives, right? Because everybody can look good in college if given the right circumstances. They run these crazy offenses. They run all the offenses through 1 or 2 people usually. It's just the way it is. But I'm very curious to see how Emmett Johnson is going to transfer over to the NFL. Is he going to be like Kareem Hunt where like the breakaway speed didn't matter? Is he just going to be able to get through it? Or is he really going to, you're going to see him not break a lot of tackles and get caught from behind a lot and never be able to get to that next level in the NFL? It remains to be seen. I have a lot of hope that he can do it because we've seen other running backs, Kareem Hunt, for sure. Spencer Ware wasn't the fastest guy in the world. I don't think Damian Williams, Clyde wasn't the fastest guy, but they all was able to produce in this offense. And so I don't think he can't produce. There were just a lot of things on his tape that bothered me a little bit. Production was not one of them because he was very productive, 100%.
Yeah, he was a beast, brother. He was a beast.
I think it was multiple years of production kind of bothered me a little bit because I like to have 2 to 3 years. I don't think he had a solid 2 years. I think it was more like a year and a half, a year and a quarter, something like that. But we'll see. I don't know. It's been so long since I remember scouting. It's literally been 3 months, but to me, it's been an eternity, it seems.
Man, it does seem like we're really far removed from the draft.
It does, and it's been like literally 2 months.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Guys, appreciate y'all being here. If y'all have any questions, throw them out in the chat. You guys can drive the rest of this thing. We're going to be here for a little while longer. Not a whole lot to talk about with Chiefs football at the moment. It's going to be a pretty slow couple of weeks, man. So we're going to do our best to put out as much content as we can, still do our live streams with you. We got another members-only live stream coming up here at the end of the month. We're giving away a signed Jaden Hicks jersey, baby. So if you're not a member of the channel and you would like to be at that and have a chance to win that signed Jaden Hicks jersey, you need to go to join.allchiefedup.com or click that join button up at the top and become a member because that's coming up in a couple of weeks. And we just had a members only. We was a little late for May. We just did it about a week ago-ish and gave away some hats and a shirt, I think, or something. I don't remember. Gave away some stuff, but it's always a good time. So if you're not a member, go join. Be part of it. It'll be a good time. But yeah, if you have any questions or anything, throw them in the chat. I don't really have anything else to talk about. I'm not going to lie to you.
I kind of wanted to touch.
What you got?
I kind of wanted to touch on. We talked about the way Andy Reid ran the ball, but can we talk a little bit about what it means to bring Eric Bieniemy back for just a minute? Bieniemy started his coaching career in Minnesota in 2006, 2010. He coached Adrian Peterson, so he is not shy about being able to run the ball or feeding a running back. Right. He coached Kareem Hunt from the 2013 to 2017. He was right there with Kareem Hunt in 2017. He was the RB coach from 2013 to 2017. So he coached Kareem Hunt's rushing title in 2017. In 2018 through 2022, he was with the Chiefs in, the Damian Williams, Clyde years, like Darrell Williams, even Pacheco.
I mean, Clyde's rookie season, he ran the ball quite a bit.
Right. Clyde ran 181 for 800, and he had a hamstring injury late in the season, so he missed a few games. Where Bieniemy struggled is in 2023 when he went to Washington. They only had a 4-13 record. The offense ranked 21st. And then he went to UCLA as their offensive coordinator in 2024. Right. They finished 126th in FBS scoring, only 18 points per game, 117th in total yards. Then last year he was back with running back coach at Chicago, and he actually took that little running back that they drafted out of Rutgers and actually made him into a pretty serviceable running back. And now he's back with the Chiefs, obviously. But the only time that Bieniemy actually failed any point, if you call it a failure, would have been Commanders in 2023 and the offensive coordinator for the Bruins in 2024 in college. But it's because he did not have a good ecosystem around him. He didn't have any real weapons. He didn't have no good. He didn't have any quarterbacks at either place. You know how college is. If you can't recruit, you can't compete. We see that every year with Kentucky and the SEC. You ain't doing it. So like you got to throw UCLA out a little bit. And then the Commanders were just he didn't have a lot of weapons there. But I think that like being with Andy Reid. Okay, here's my thing. EB by himself is not the standalone genius we all think he is. And I think that's apparent because people haven't really given him head coaching opportunities. Now, could there be other issues in there? Yes, I'm not going to discredit that either. But I think that most people see Eric Bieniemy, and a lot of Chiefs fans do too, that him being a good coach was a product of working with Andy Reid, working within this offseason, having Patrick Mahomes, having some reliability with, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Like, he fits here. He just fits into the puzzle. And I believe that EB, he might not be that standalone genius that's going to go out and construct a great offense anywhere, or you'd have seen it with Washington and UCLA. But I think back here with the Chiefs in the place that made Eric Bieniemy, I do believe that him and Andy and all their experience is going to know better than to not run the football. And when you got a guy like Kenneth
Walker, dude.
Right, when you got a guy like him and a weapon, and Kenneth Walker's actually said this on Up and Adams, I believe, with Kay Adams. He said that him and Mahomes have been working really, really hard on getting that passing game down because they want to utilize him as a pass catcher more than he was utilized in Seattle. There's something to it.
Yeah, I think so, man. And here's the thing. Do you think that management and ownership of the Chiefs would be very happy with Eric Bieniemy or Andy Reid if they went out and paid the Super Bowl MVP to come to this team and they don't?
He gets like what, 140 carries or
like
something?
There is no way that ownership and management can
I think he'd be a little irritated.
I don't think they can sit on their hands at that point. I think that's where Andy, you're a legend, but listen to me. Like we gotta talk, bro.
They would say, "Listen,
Andy."
That's how Andy would know. He'd say, "Listen." Yeah. He'd be like, "Oh man."
Yeah. Pono says Eric's return won't make a difference until Andy retires. Nothing's going to change. Pono, I don't know if you came in late. Good to see you, by the way. I don't know if you came in late.
But please go back and watch the first part.
If you did, I urge you to go watch the first 15 minutes of this live stream and see if we can ease your mind a little bit. That's all. Give us a shot. Janae says that EB will make a difference in her opinion, and so does Kathy. Michael says EB will make a big difference along with DeMarco Murray and Chad O'Shea. I think as a unit, I think this coaching staff is much, much better on the offensive side of the ball than it's been in a couple of years. So, I mean, you got to think, we were Matt Nagy, Connor Embry, Todd Pinkston. And now you're looking at Eric Bieniemy, DeMarco Murray, Chad O'Shea. I mean, it's hard to compare coaches, but that seems like a much more solid offensive coaching staff than what we had. Let's see, man. Chiefs 63 Casey Moe says, why would they spend the money on KW to not run the ball? It just doesn't make sense. So, I mean, they're going to have to utilize the kid. Mikey likes stuff with the 5 bomb. Good to see you, Mikey. Says Zarda pulled pork sandwich or burnt in sandwich. Shout out to the Alex Smith members. Guess we are mediocre. LOL. Just kidding. So, if I go to Zarda, I'm getting them burnt ends, brother. There's some underrated burnt ends. Now, you can just get a plate of the burnt ends and just eat them there. So go with the burnt end sandwich over the pulled pork sandwich anywhere you go. That's my advice.
Steve's a burnt end kind of guy.
Yeah, for
Pops
sure.
likes the pulled pork. Pops will go pulled pork everywhere. Say that 5 times fast. Pops pulled pork at. Do we have a barbecue place with a P? That'd be nice.
A Porky's butthole.
Pops pulled pork at Pucky's. I call it Bucky's. Porky's
butthole. That's
Porky's. Do you know what I like though? You got me talking about food. That LC's sandwich that we had at LC's,
pork
man.
Sandwich, baby.
They got a pork sandwich there is just incredible. It's on a piece of white bread, buddy. And it is incredible.
So good.
LC's gets overlooked a little bit.
Yeah,
I honestly prefer LC's.
Much good barbecue there.
Dude, I think I prefer LC. Like, people's going to run me out of town for this. I think I prefer LC's over the Rude one.
Gates?
Gates. Yeah, I think I do.
I do too. I like Gates, don't get me wrong.
No, I like Gates, but I think LC's is good.
I also like Arthur Bryant's.
Really good.
I like Gates, I like Arthur Bryant's, but to me, those are staples. Those are legends. Those are where it started, right? So respect, but there's some new guys in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Slaps is phenomenal. I mean, there's so much good barbecue. We keep going. We keep going. Look what you did. Look what you did, Mikey.
Are they still doing construction over on 35
Pigwich
everywhere? Because I
got a
heard
good sandwich there.
Yeah, Pig was pretty good. I've heard that 35, like the construction off there, was making it really hard for Slaps, and they may have to close.
Now they've been making a big comeback from that, brother. They've been to the White House. They were chumming it up with Donald Trump about barbecue, bro. Like, how do you go from shutting down to that?
Did you know? Like, I didn't know this, and I think, fact check me, I could be wrong. I'm crazy lately. But did you know that those two guys that runs Slaps, I think it's two of them, either way, they were the inspiration behind the KC Masterpiece Lay's barbecue chip brand.
No.
Yeah,
they're not that old.
I think I read
they're
something that said they were behind
way.
the KC, either the chip brand or like the KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce that somebody released like a few years ago.
I don't know. I just I
fact
feel like
check it. Let me check.
Those KC Masterpiece chips have been around since we were children. Those guys can't be any older than us. Jack Stack is my favorite. Sorry, might seem uppity to people, but I just think that they're the most consistent, and they have the best damn carrot cake that I've ever eaten. I know it's not barbecue. They didn't have to smoke that. They didn't have to smoke that carrot cake, but it's still delicious. A lot of people think Gates is overrated.
I may have made all that up. Let's be honest.
I think you did. Joe's KC's number one. Casey or K Calhoun. Sorry. I love Joe's too. I can't put it above Jack Stack in my opinion, but it's up there. It's up there.
Which one? Joe's?
Yeah, Joe's is great.
Love Joe's.
The Z-Man might be the best individual just sandwich, or the burnt-in burger at Q39. Like, those two sandwiches are probably those might be the two best sandwiches. Cheap of the Crew is going to be August 1st. I saw somebody asking, and Chieffer is responding here, doing Chieffer things, being a good mod. But yeah, August 1st at Zarda in Blue Spring. So we'll get everything lined out for that, and when we have all the details hammered down, we will convey that message to you, and hopefully all you guys can get out there. I think it was Tony Bones that he's going to try and make it. Hope to see you, brother.
Let's go. Okay, look, I did lie a little bit. It wasn't the chips. I was confused. So the Pierce brothers from Slaps, they put KC barbecue sauce. They teamed up with Kraft Heinz to make the KC Kansas City sweet and smoky barbecue sauce that you can buy at all stores through the Kraft Heinz company. So they were the inventors behind that barbecue sauce.
So I see a couple of people in the chat saying Hayward's. I don't know if I know this Hayward's.
People have told us Hayward's. We've never been able to get there.
Well, it has to be.
There's
on the
another
list.
one that everybody says to try, but we've never been able to get there either.
Wyandotte?
Yes, that one is one. What's the one that like Mahomes and all them love? And what is it? They're only open like select days for select hours.
Talking about that Jones barbecue that closed down?
No, I don't think it was that one.
I don't know.
The dude follows us on X. I don't remember.
Apparently there's one.
Sorry.
I keep seeing it on TV, and you guys that actually live out that way. Let me know. But there's one that they keep showing on TV and different shows and stuff. It's by the airport, or it's in the airport. I can't think of the name of it right now. But they talk about how it's the best one there is, period. And I'm confused about it. Every time I see it, I'm like, I didn't even know about that place existing.
Is there something called Little J's or something like that?
No.
I'm just saying, is there one called that?
Oh, I don't know. You're talking about Chef Jay's.
Chef Jay's.
He's a guy
That's
from
the one. Okay, Chef Jay is the one that they said that we should try, and we've never been able to get there. I've also never tried Danny Edwards. I've heard that was a good classic location. We've never got to try that one.
Yeah, I don't know. There's that one at the airport, and I was just I wish I could remember the name, because I feel like some of y'all have probably heard of it. Is it Scott's Kitchen or something like that? I think it's called Scott's, maybe. Everybody talks about it, and I'm like, what? Yeah, Scott's Kitchen and Catering at Hangar 29. Have any of y'all eaten there?
Scott's Kitchen and Catering. Never heard of it.
I keep seeing it on like all these videos and TV and stuff. People talking about how it's the greatest thing ever. But yeah, I don't know anyone personally that's eaten there. So
That's wild.
we'll have to check it out maybe. Put it on the list.
Wait a second. If you go to Yelp and put the best 10 barbecue places near Kansas City Airport, it really comes up number 1, or just in Kansas City. It comes up 1, and then Meat Mitch comes up 2. And we had Meat Mitch last time we were there, and it was
a little overrated.
It was overrated, a little bit pricey.
Yeah, but no, the Scott's Kitchen and Catering at Hangar 29 has 2.1 thousand reviews on Google with a 4.7 out of 5 stars. Like,
People
apparently somebody's ate there. Like, I don't know anyone personally that's ate there. No one's ever told us, hey, go check out Scott's. Like, I've never seen that, not one time.
Maybe it's Scott Fujita. Moved back to KC and started himself a barbecue spot.
I don't think so. I mean, it does look good.
Steve, if you can give me the college Scott Fujita come out of, put your hands up. Give you $5.
Brother. I have no idea. Let's go.
I think I'm right here. You
have to give me a hint, too. I had to give you hints.
If I'm not mistaken, it's a team that wears blue and yellow.
What?
It's a team that wears blue and yellow, a college team.
It's not UCLA?
No.
Yeah, I don't know then.
They're from California.
Blue and yellow?
Yeah. From California.
Are you talking about Cal?
Yeah, I think so.
That's Navy, bro.
I think you went to Cal.
I'm thinking like
yellow. Come on.
I'm thinking like blue.
You're the guy that I was gonna say Michigan. You'd be like, it's maize. It is maize.
Virginia says KC barbecue experience. I thought that said expensive. My bad. I was gonna answer your question, but never mind.
Yeah, it is pretty expensive.
It can be, well, especially when you eat it 3 times a day. We always set aside a day and just make ourselves sick of barbecue. It's great. It's a good time. Y'all should try it.
Kansas City's got a lot of good restaurants that are not barbecue as well. Plenty of good restaurants. Like, we love going to Minsky's. Minsky's is always great. I love hitting up Minsky's. They've got tons of good stuff. We tried a nice Mexican restaurant there one time that you loved.
Manny's?
I think it was Manny's, yeah.
Manny's is good. Apparently there's a lot of really good authentic Mexican food in Kansas City, Kansas.
I think we're going to hit up Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey's restaurant when we go this year.
1587. Steve-O's in the house. What's up, Steve-O?
I've heard it's wild, but we'll try it out. Yeah, there we go. Steve-O says try it out.
Todd, we might do that. I actually stayed at the casino one time. And
Which casino? Because I like staying at the casino sometimes.
I stayed at Harrah's, and it was all right. And they have a Gordon Ramsay restaurant in there.
Isn't there another one called like Ameristar or something? Did I make that up too?
St. Louis.
I'm having a rough time today.
You're thinking about Isle Capri. I don't think that's a hotel. It's just like a little.
Dude, I love Harrah's. I would definitely stay at Harrah's, Todd. That'd be awesome, actually.
Todd, email us allchiefedup@gmail.com. Let us know what you got, brother. Let us know what you got. Good to see you guys, though. Glad everybody could be here. Burrito Bandit said, just showing up in the chat, don't want to beat a dead horse, but how about that boy Mason Pline? We talked about him for a split second. A couple years in the league, no snaps.
I dropped a short today. Yeah, he's not played a snap. Somebody made a comment, well, that's no different than a rookie. I agree. Yeah. I just thought it was a cool. I thought it was a cool, like, a little thing. Like, look, the Chiefs signed somebody that didn't play a snap. He's not played a snap. Not dogging on him, but it was a cool little fact.
Right.
But yeah, he played at a small college firm, and I released a short just now.
6'7".
He's 6'7". I released a short just right before we went online. Kind of ran it down a little bit, but
yeah,
I don't hate it. It's a camp body. I'm not going to get too excited. I'm not expecting him to make the team.
Burrito Bandit, Renee, better late than never. Glad you guys showed up. Good to see you for a minute. Mike, there is an Ameristar. You were right.
I was thinking there might have been.
Always think about the one that I think it's right when you're leaving St. Louis heading to Kansas City. There's an Ameristar, or maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the crazy one.
Maybe.
But I swear there's a big one. Like a big.
There's a Harrah's, there's an Ameristar, and there's another one. There's one called like Argosy or something like that. And I think I've been to that one a few times. I think I've been to all 3 of them. Sometimes I just get bored and I'll just go at like 2 a.m. and go over to the casino.
Balls?
Why not? Bally's?
Yeah, that's what they're talking about instead of balls. It was just funny.
Oh, I like balls.
Balls.
There's one coming right into Cincinnati. It's pretty big. Sits right there. That might be a Harrah's. Isn't it wild that in this country you have to have a casino has to be sitting on a body of water?
Scott's Scott's
weird.
place has a burnt-in breakfast burrito.
That looks awesome.
A burnt-in breakfast burrito.
Dude, I'm going to tell you something awesome right here. And I don't know how we've got on such a food kick.
What's up, Danny?
I went to the Florida State Fair. A random food truck somewhere had a burnt-in burrito with mac and cheese in it. And I got it. And I was like, this is never going to compare to KC. It was amazing. And then to come to find out, I think the dude was from Kansas City, started a truck, and travels around the fair.
That happens more often than you think. There's actually a place in Louisville. It's a restaurant called Mama's Mustard and Pickles.
Yeah, he's from Kansas City.
And they're known for their wings. Their wings are the best wings I've ever had in my life. I don't care where you guys have had good wings at. You haven't had Mama's.
Incredible.
They are the wings. Even Guy Fieri says it.
Yeah.
They're the best wings there is. But their burnt-in game's not great. Their barbecue's a little dry and stuff. But dude is from KC, though. I did find that out. So,
yeah,
pretty funny.
Shout out. Hey, if you want to sponsor an episode, Mama's Mustard and Pickles,
you do it now. Do it now. Guys, appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for hanging out with us, even when we got out in the weeds talking about food. Appreciate all the support tonight. You guys are awesome. Be on the lookout for some content getting dropped. Might have a video tomorrow. If we do, make sure to go watch that thing when it comes out. I know that YouTube's been struggling with our notifications for you guys, but just be on the lookout tomorrow.
Dude, and they botched an entire release on Wednesday. We had to delete the whole video.
We'll put it up later.
And we're going to put it up probably Saturday. But, like, so if you were only one of the first few that got to watch it, don't get mad when it gets re-released. But, yes, we had to pull it. We're going to have to re-release it. YouTube completely messed up the entire release. No idea. Only all
They do the weirdest stuff to us. It's crazy.
We get the weirdest stuff, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah, guys, hit that like button on the way out if you haven't. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please go do that. If you watch the channel, go subscribe. It helps us out. We're trying to get to 100,000. We got a long way to go, baby. We're about 50, right at 57,000. So we got a long way to go. But we got here by you guys being awesome, watching our videos, sharing us out with everybody. Just continue to do that for us. And hit the sub button if you haven't. Shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. You can get down in the description. Click that link. Get Prize Picks. Use code HMA when you're signing up. And we'll catch you next time, guys. Go Chiefs.
Wow.